new series and returning favourites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, with the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my camp.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Things are heating up, that's for sure. We found this opportunity, and we're working for it.
My man.
Tulsa King. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
You need a hug?
You need a fist?
Crutch, crutch, crutch.
Crutch, crutch.
Crutch, you need anything. I do have one question. We didn't mean right now.
Being a cadet in Starfleet Academy means being open to the people around you.
I've spent my whole life getting away from stuff, letting someone in. That's hard.
I want to be captain. I need to be captain.
I owe you something. It is coming just for you.
Good morning and happy Sunday, everyone. Day 11 of the World Cup is here. 3 nations have already booked their spot in the next round and 3 have been eliminated, and there's still a packed day of football ahead. So with that, everyone, welcome into Morning Footy, 48 Nations. I'm your host, Hannah Cash, alongside Darren Jenkins, Jimmy Conrad and Marco Messina. Also, everyone, happy Father's Day.
Jimmy, happy Father's Day.
You're
sacrificing time with the kids to be here with us?
I am, but World Cup, got a World Cup, you know what I mean?
I respect that.
Yeah, I know Jeremy Doku's getting some other type of...
Oh, going there already.
Yeah. I'm just saying, we're thinking of fathers. No. I think the birth of his child, he should go and be a part of that.
Were we the
Special
first,
experience.
Were we the first to wish you a Father's Day?
Yes, my kids are still sleeping. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, the ones I know about. I don't know. Too soon for that?
Wow.
I love this from Jimmy.
There we go. Jimmy starting the show off on a heater.
Good morning, America.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. Marco, you do anything fun for Father's Day?
Actually, after this show, I'm flying to Dallas, and me and my dad are going to go to watch Argentina-Austria.
I've never been to a
awesome.
World Cup match.
Oh, all right.
Really?
Never
Sick.
been. No.
Oh, I didn't
You've been
know
waiting
that.
for Italy for your whole life, huh?
No, we're not gonna last. We're too close. Darian, can you sit closer to me? Well, the World Cup has never been in America in my lifetime, so it's the first time, and I've never traveled anywhere to watch it. So I'm gonna enjoy the atmosphere of Argentina.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You're also
can't
going
wait.
to the best state in the US, Texas.
Texas?
Yeah, there we go.
No.
Darren, you okay? I feel like we're in a wind down Wednesday.
I know, we just need a little mimosa or something. It is
That would be good. All right, then, everybody, we've got a full morning footy ahead of us, so why don't we take you around the grounds to show you what we're going to be talking about in today's show. We're going to be chatting the Curaçao goalkeeper Eloy Room because he tied the World Cup record with 15 saves in their 0-0 draw with Ecuador last night. Netherlands put 5 past Sweden, extending their World Cup unbeaten run to 14 games. And Japan scored the most goals in their World Cup history in a 4-0 win versus Tunisia, which was the 1,000th match in World Cup history also. Germany clinched Group E and advanced to the knockout round for the first time since 2014. So many games to get to in today's show, but why don't we start out with talking about the 0-0 draw from Ecuador and Curaçao. So the Curaçao goalkeeper Eloy Room won man of the match with the most saves ever in 90 minutes at the World Cup to help Curaçao earn their first World Cup point. 15 saves there, and here's what he had to say after the game.
Believed, I think. No, of course, you want to, as a goalkeeper, you grow in the game with the saves, but I think the first one was the most important save, and after that, I knew no ball was going to go into it. I think it was pretty good. No, of course, it was, for us, it feels like a win. We have a point in a World Cup, it's really unbelievable, and we fought with the whole team, it's unbelievable. Yeah, everything is open now, so we have to recover from this and also enjoy this moment, and then we go to the next.
So here's how Group E is shaping up after last night's matches. 4-time world champions in Germany have won Group E. They've now made it to the knockout rounds for the first time since 2014. Côte d'Ivoire are on 3. Opta gives them a 93% chance to reach the knockout stages. And due to that 0-0 draw last night, Ecuador and Curaçao get 1 point on the board. So that being the debutants Curaçao's first ever World Cup point. How much credit do we need to give the goalkeeper? I mean, best World Cup performance, breaking records.
Yeah, he was incredible. I think he obviously completely kept them in the game, gave them their first point. But I am concerned going forward for this team, but I think they deserve their flowers. I think it's a massive, massive feat that they overcame against Ecuador.
Yeah, they became the 3rd team that's ranked 80th or lower in FIFA rankings in the history of the competition to get a point. New Zealand got one against Iran this year, and then in 2010, South Africa did it, and they got 4 points in that World Cup. But they were hosting, so there's a little bit extra juice on that. But yeah, Eloy Room deserves a lot of credit. I actually think that first save that he made against Enner Valencia a couple minutes into the game really set the tone for the rest of the game and gave him that confidence. And you wonder, hearing, Cabo Verde's goalkeeper Vosinha steps up and makes, oh, maybe I can do that too.
Yeah.
And you start to see kind of a replication of that type of performance.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been the World Cup, it's for goalkeepers so far, right? I don't know if we know if he hit 1 million followers yet, but that was a storyline. He had less than 100K. I think he had 90K, and now he was at 800,000 the last I saw. His story is amazing too. He mentioned after the match that his father passed away in November, and he felt like his father was there leading him through this performance, which was just beautiful. And just the storyline of Curaçao, who, yeah, they lost 7-1 in the opening match, but to bounce back against an Ecuador, who were phenomenal in qualifying, by the way, only finishing second to Argentina, to get this result completely unexpected, to see the way the fans have reacted to this moment. Their coach, Dick Advocat, was crying. He was in tears at the final whistle. We even saw the king and the queen go into the locker room, and they started dancing with the players. So this is what the World Cup's about. I know everyone's been very ready to dunk on the 48 nations, the fact that there's so many teams, and yeah, we're going to have some blowouts, but I'm all here for it, and I love to see this upset. It was a beautiful game to watch.
Yeah, they're going to be taking on Ivory Coast next week. I mean, the smallest nation, like we mentioned,
this is the one, by the way,
in the World Cup.
Oh, here it is.
Look how they start dancing. They get really into it.
It's such an amazing story, and the fact they could actually make it to the round of 32. They're not out of it yet, are they?
No, I think it's pretty incredible. And look at this just joy that 1 point emanates from this team, the celebrations, what this means to the country, to the players. I think it's incredible. And you're going to look back at a game like this, whoever they have to play going forward, whatever the scenarios are, even just looking ahead to the next World Cup with this country, you're going to look back at that match and it be the heartbeat of this team for so many years to come.
Yeah, so these now are the top 2 clinching scenarios. So It gets quite complicated, everybody, so we're going to be breaking it down for you.
You might need a pencil to write all this.
I know, I'm going to read.
Annalita.
So Germany have clinched the top of Group E, so their next likely opponent is going to be Paraguay, Australia, Scotland. Ivory Coast are currently second. If they do stay second, they're going to be playing Norway, Senegal, or France. Whoever comes in third at the moment, it's Ecuador. If they stay there, they're going to be taking on Mexico. So it does actually seem like the best place to be in Group E is third, because they'll be up against Mexico, which compared to the other opponents, the likely opponents, it's quite simple.
Go back. So if Ivory Coast wins,
yes,
or finishes second, they'll take on Senegal.
Likely it's Norway, Senegal, or France.
Potentially.
Oh,
so
that's amazing. That would be the first time they get out of the knockout or out of the group stage and into the knockout round.
That's a tough game to finish second. So you could be better off finishing third, even if you have to play a home nation, Mexico, at the Azteca.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I would say that if I was a team that was going to play Ivory Coast in the next round, I'd be pretty bummed that was my round of 32 opponent as well. So it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah,
that's true.
100%.
Yeah. Fair enough.
These are all most likely opponents. Just want to
No, we're going to hold you to it, Hannah. Don't worry.
It gets really confusing, everybody. But Ecuador, what did we make of them? Quite a big disappointment in this World Cup so far.
Yeah, I'll go first. Yes, they were good in qualifying. They played 18 games. They only had 2 losses. They only gave up 5 goals in those 18 games. So they're very resolute defensively. But they only scored 14 goals in those 18 games. And I thought we saw some evidence of that last night. And we saw it in the first game against Ivory Coast as well. They just don't necessarily have that one player. Ender Valencia has been their guy for so long. He has to bury that chance. Honestly, if he scores in the 3 minutes in, they probably win that game 4 or 5-0, right? It's just one of those ones. But they couldn't break through. And Curaçao just got more and more confidence. I don't know where they go from here because I don't know who's going to step up and be their guy. It's been Ender Valencia, but if he's not the one scoring, I mean, yes, Plata's good, and he's busy, and he gets himself in good spots. Minda's good, too. I mean, they got some players that are good, but for whatever reason, they just can't turn that into goals.
I think this is one of those teams we're watching in this tournament that separates a good team from a great team, where if you're missing the dagger up top, someone you can rely on to score goals, actually in this tournament, let me take that back. You need a plethora of players that can lead the team from the front, because if it's so predictable, it's just Valencia, who else is stepping up? And then you're not clinical at all. You allow a team to gain confidence into the game. And then you go into this next game knowing that you missed out on so many chances. I think that mentality and that regret of not finishing those is really going to weigh on them.
They remind me of Turkey a little bit, where Turkey just doesn't have like a real number 9 that they can lean on to make plays, and now Turkey's already out of the tournament.
Yeah, what do they have, like 64 shots in those games and 0 goals?
Yeah.
And to be honest, when you look at this Ecuador team, you mentioned they're qualifying, but also the players that they have. Hincapié, Pacho, 2 players that started in a Champions League final. Moses Caicedo in the midfield. But football these days is rewarding teams that score goals, and it's rewarding teams that have courage. We're seeing it time and time again, and it felt like the ball was never going to go into the back of the net. And, even in the previous game against the Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, it didn't work out. So serious question marks. How do they bounce back? Maybe with this more forgiving format in the World Cup, they still have an opportunity with the 3rd place, but definitely worrying signs. They're not the team that I thought they would be.
They're going to have to beat Germany. Germany now can rotate their squad, kind of similar to the U.S. They've qualified. They've won their group after 2 games. Now you manage injuries and people on yellow cards, and so maybe there's some room there, but if they can't score, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, the other game in Group E was Germany taking on Côte d'Ivoire. They won 2-1 to go top of the group. First time reaching the knockout stage since 2014. Marco, do you think it was a deserved win for Germany?
No, I loved watching Côte d'Ivoire yesterday. For the first at least hour, they could have done more. There's so much talent within this squad. The midfield was unbelievable. We know the names like Diomande, Amad Diallo, Bonni, who's playing his football as well at Inter. But in the midfield, I was so impressed with Uelai. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. This is the beautiful thing about the World Cup. We start finding these players. He plays his football in Trabzonspor, but the way he controlled the midfield was absolutely incredible. Singo as well plays for Galatasaray. Could play as a center back or even a right back. I think they were just lacking that bit of maybe experience that will come throughout the tournament. But I genuinely love the style of football that they were playing, and they went toe-to-toe with Germany. And also their reactions after. You could see the disappointment from conceding late. I think that says a lot about them. It says a lot about where they want to go. And just if you're an average football fan and you want to watch a team that's going to play exciting football, I would say watch Côte d'Ivoire because they're going to grow as the tournament progresses.
Well, just really quick on Ivory Coast. They played 10 World Cup qualifying games, didn't give up a goal in all 10.
Wow.
Then they win their first game 1-0 against Ecuador. So for them to kind of shut off in this way with 2 late goals, just because a little bit more urgency from Germany, that gives me a little bit of cause of concern. But ultimately, I think they're a top team with some fun talent.
Yeah, the win for Germany helped them avoid a second-place finish. So now their likely opponent will be Paraguay, Australia or Scotland. How big of a win was it for them to get the first place and not have to take on the groups, the teams that are in second place?
No, this is massive for Germany. I was not convinced, similar to Marco, the first 60, 70 minutes, I thought Ivory Coast was the better team, completely, full nonstop. And they have a lot to learn from that game, allowing a team to gain a lot of confidence, the quick turnovers, the poor execution in the final third. I think they're fortunate to not be playing those really big heavyweight teams in the round of 32, but Ivory Coast, man, I loved watching them too. I think this is a team of players that play so bold on the middle of the pitch. They're turning, they're not afraid to go 1v1 no matter where they are. And I think Germany has a lot to learn from that game. And if you're those teams going to play Germany in the next round, take some notes from Ivory Coast because Germany could not keep up.
I think they're not talked about enough. Like, out of the African teams, you talk about, obviously, Senegal and Morocco, but the way that I saw Ivory Coast play was amazing. And again, you're going up against Germany. From the German perspective, they get out of the group, finally. The last two World Cups, ever since they won it in 2014, they got grouped, not making it through. And the subs made the difference from Nagelsmann, right? Putting in Undav, changed the match.
Amiri was good.
Yeah. Nemeka in the midfield as well. I thought he absolutely dominated, but I still have more question marks about this German side. I don't think their top players are playing well yet. Florian Wirtz, Sané, Musiala. And when you go up against top teams, the thing that I was looking at, the battle I was looking at was Diomande against Kimmich, right? Because Kimmich is a natural midfielder and he's playing in the right back position. You have speed going in behind. That could really hurt Germany, I think, when they play the big dogs, the
there's
top
already,
teams.
In terms of like lineup changes, they're already talking about putting Kimmich back into the midfield.
Who goes right back?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's tough.
It is tough. They don't really have a top choice like they maybe had in Philip Lahm way back in the day when I was playing. But I would say that they need, if they can figure that out, and maybe the midfield looks a little bit better with Kimmich back and where he usually plays for Bayern Munich, maybe that unlocks them. I think the big conversation piece, too, is Undav versus Kai Havertz. Who do you go with? Because when Undav comes on, there's more urgency when he comes on the field. But maybe it's because he's a super sub, so
so you know, like, get him the ball, get him the ball.
Exactly right.
We're pressing, we're trying to get something. I mean, I think it's just what the game asks for. Do you need a crafty player? And similar to what we're saying with U.S. men's national team, do you need a crafty player that can dribble and really break into those pockets, or do you need someone that's more direct, that just needs 2 touches to finish, that doesn't even need to look at the goal or where the goalkeeper is? They just have that kind of killer instinct. I mean, I love Undav. I think
if it's working, do you change it?
Yeah, because it wasn't working for most of the game.
Would you start him?
I don't know. It's hard. Nagelsmann thinks that his approach is working. He thinks he has to come in off the bench. I like how Kai Havertz plays. Maybe the bigger conversation is not a replacement for Kai Havertz. Maybe you sacrifice a Sané or you sacrifice a Musiala and you play the two together, because I don't think he's going to take Kai Havertz out of the lineup.
All right, then,
Big
everybody.
question.
So many scenarios, all getting exciting at the moment of the World Cup. I think we're going to be taking a look at a picture of one of our researchers. Is that correct? This is our lovely researcher, Marcus Crum. He's trying to figure out all these likely scenarios of what's going to be happening in the round of 32.
I saw him go through a whole pack of cigarettes back there.
And honestly, he has got the hardest
you'd be
job.
lost without Marcus right now.
I'd be lost without him. Thank you very much,
We all
Marcus. He's got the hardest job in the building. All right, then, everyone, taking a quick break here on Morning Footy. We've got much more 48 Nations on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others, but they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my hand.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everyone. This is how Group F is looking after all four countries have played 2 games now. Netherlands and Japan both sit on 4 points. And then after suffering their worst defeat since 1950, Sweden failed to pick up points yesterday, meaning they're on 3. And despite firing and hiring a manager, Tunisia still haven't been able to pick up 1 point. They're out of the competition. So everyone, let's talk about Netherlands' 5-1 win over Sweden. Perfect game for the Dutch, wasn't it, Marco?
I love this game. I think Netherlands really made a statement. I know we're going to argue if they are considered dark horses or contenders, but nevertheless, they're a nation that always goes far. They lost more World Cup finals than anyone who's never won the competition before, and I feel like they have a good balance about them. Coming into the tournament, I was worried. What does their attack look like? Can they score enough goals? There was a change in this match. Somerville was off. They said that he was dealing with a little injury to start. And Brahim came on, a proper center forward play. If you watch the first goal, that is old school number 9. No nonsense, holds the ball up, allows his wingers to get in behind. They had Malen on one side, Cody Gakpo, Gakpo is a different player when he's on the Netherlands. He's a focal point. He gets better when he plays for his country than he does, I think, with Liverpool. There's balance in the midfield. They're not just technical midfielders. They want to win the ball back. And then that back line, top-level back line, great saves from the keeper as well. It's hard to find a real flaw besides, are they going to score goals? And then they score that many against Sweden. So I really like the way the Dutch look. And I think maybe this could be the year that they finally push past. They've gained experience. They lost to Argentina in the last World Cup in penalty kicks, who went on. They lost to England in the Euros, who also went on to go to the final. So I think the confidence is brewing for them.
Yeah, when I look at the team, too, there's a tilt that they obviously tilt to the right with Denzel Dumfries. So you have Van de Ven, Van Dijk, and Van Hecke, and they are excellent at just doing their jobs defensively, and that allows Dumfries to get up and down a little bit, and his relationship with Somerville has been immense in both games, especially when Somerville came off the bench here. Malen's a little bit of a different player than Somerville, but when you look at Gakpo and Brahim and Malen, and then you have, look at the type of players that are bringing off the bench. I think if you're going to win a competition of this stature, you have to be 17, 18, 19 players deep. I mean, if you're going to go and try to get to a final, that's 8 games you got to play. You're going to have to rely on a lot of players to be making plays.
Grella made a really good point talking about...
Oh, no, don't give Grella.
You sure about that?
I'm giving him... He said something positive. He was talking about, the difference between a team that has an identity and a team that's figuring it out in this tournament. And I think Netherlands has that identity. The fact that they were able to exploit Sweden in those wide channels, the crisp passes across in front of the goalkeeper, behind the back line, the finishes, they just seemed in such good flow with each other. I think more than we've seen, honestly, even to most of the top teams in this tournament so far. I think they just have that edge, that dagger, and they just look like they're all confident, they're all in flow, and it was a joy to watch against Sweden. And if I'm Sweden, they needed to change tactically. They allowed the Netherlands, in my opinion, to fully take advantage of those wide spaces. Dumfries and Gakpo had their time to pick out any sort of pass that they wanted. But I just thought it was so good. And you're right. I think that depth their bench is crazy.
There's a conversation that to be had. How bad is Sweden, by the way? Right? So it's...
They didn't win a game in qualifying. I think we kind of should have known.
They haven't had a clean sheet in, forever,
but
like 10 or 11 games.
Their game didn't make any sense tactically to give up that. If I'm a winger and I'm going against you, you give me 15 yards to just set up, pick my head up, put my head down, pick out a cross, and there's still a bunch of space between the goalkeeper and the back line.
We call that amateur hour. I mean, it was not good from Sweden. They just... In any facet of the game, they just didn't have any control.
Yeah.
For me, one of the qualities that I look for in a team is, okay, when you've lost momentum, how quickly can you get the momentum back and then reestablish your tempo and dictate the game on your terms? Sweden didn't have any of that at any point. It was Holland the whole way, the whole game. And yes, they're going to be a threat. Dark horse contender, they have to be in the conversation for sure for all the things that we mentioned. But when you look at the depth that they have and the quality they have in every line of the field, and if they have a goalkeeper that's making big saves, they're going to be a menace, is the word I'm going to go with.
Netherlands have also got a really good group of fans in that Houston yesterday.
Are you kidding me?
Orange.
They're all fun,
I didn't
all
see
vibe.
any yellow yesterday in that crowd.
I would love to be there.
That was so awesome.
But looking forward, I mean, Netherlands are playing Tunisia next Thursday. Tunisia haven't been able to win one game, so it's looking likely that Netherlands could.
But they have a really good-looking coach now, so I don't know.
If
that should help.
That gives them a point in the last game.
If Netherlands were to finish first or second, their most likely opponent is going to be either Brazil, Morocco, or Scotland.
Wow.
So it's pretty tough if they finish first or second. Who would you think they would want to face?
I mean, obviously Scotland would be good, but I think that they'll feel like you're not terrified of Brazil. Are you scared of Brazil these days? Back in the day, okay, you play Brazil, all right, we already lost this match. I think today this Netherlands team is well balanced. And to go back to Darian's point about the dagger, I had the chance to interview Martin de Roon for Kicking It, who's part of the Dutch squad, and I asked him, why does the Netherlands never win? Why are they always lacking that little bit? Because they have changed football. They've changed the dynamic of football. He said, we're missing that bite. Sometimes we're missing that bit of hunger, that ability to win balls in the midfield. And he credited Argentina, who knocked them out. He was part of that game. He goes, they have a ruthlessness about them. I see that in this Dutch team. I think they have more of that. And maybe those final details, those little things are going to be the difference.
Is Nigel de Jong playing for the Dutch again? That guy's a beast. Anyway,
bring him back.
I'm bringing a belly. Two-footed Xabi Alonso in the chest in the World Cup final 1 minute into the game.
A little more of that.
A little more of that. Sorry, Darren.
No, you're good. I was just going to say I love that point because I think it comes down to a mentality as well. The teams that are successful in this tournament, Jeremy and Jimmy, I know you've played against teams like that where the mentality of they're not going to lose the game. They are going to score. It continuously felt inevitable for the Netherlands that they were just going to get another goal, another big opportunity. And that game could have been 8-1, clearly.
Yeah.
Easy.
OK, everyone. So next Thursday, Sweden are going to be taking on Japan, and that is likely what's going to be the second place match. Sweden obviously had that bad game yesterday, but here's what Graham Potter had to say ahead of the Japan game next week.
Well, I think the most important thing is we prepare to play Japan. We try and put as much into perspective as we can. What actually happened in the game, what we did well, what we didn't do so well. And then we move to another opponent, a slightly different opponent than what we faced today, but still a high-level opponent because of, you watch the game with the Netherlands and Japan, they're two really, really good teams. So we know that we're in a group with tough opponents. But the players are honest. I think the players have always taken responsibility. We want to improve. We want to get better. It's not really at the time for second guessing where you may or may not finish or who you may or may not get. We're not in that place. We have to just focus on our next training session, on our next game, and try to win.
So here are the likely opponents in the round of 32 for Group F. So if finishing second, you're most likely to play Brazil, Morocco or Scotland. If you're finishing third, you're likely to go up against France, Norway or Germany.
Your tournament's probably over if you finish third.
Pretty tough. We've also... No, go ahead, Jimmy.
No, I was just going to say, if you finish second, and when I think about Brazil and Morocco and what Darian said a little bit earlier, Brazil, I think, is a team that's trying to find who they are in this tournament.
Yes.
And Morocco knows exactly who they are.
Yeah.
And so, and Scotland's another team that they're going to be who they are. They're just not maybe at the highest quality as some of the other teams that we just mentioned. So I wouldn't mind maybe rolling the dice against the Brazil if you had to choose between Brazil and Morocco because they're still trying to figure it out. However,
they've got no chance.
They could improve. And they should improve. Brazil should improve over the course of the tournament because they got the master, Carlo Ancelotti, in charge.
There we go. Well, we've got a comment on YouTube. Japan will thrash Sweden, unfortunately.
I I also think Japan will thrash Sweden. I think. I
agree.
Watching the game of Japan, every single match with Japan, I love. Shout out, Jimmy came in the Japan kit today.
Of course I did. Respect.
But them even going against the Netherlands and even watching the game, I was like, why are they crossing so much? Van Dijk's in the center of the pit. They're scoring headers against the Netherlands. They're sending in crosses. They're scoring from distance. They're scoring in every variety of way. And Sweden, against the Netherlands, couldn't defend a cross to save their life. They couldn't get good pressure on the wing channels. They were open in the center of the pitch, even though that's where they had numbers concentrated. And this is a Japan team that is clinical. They're quick. They counter press as well. They're suffocating. I just think Sweden, they have to have a completely different game if they're going to take one over Japan.
It'll probably go down to goal difference as well, because Netherlands is tied on points with Japan, and they're actually +4 on goal difference. So it's how do you run up the score? And you have to imagine that the Netherlands is going to be able to beat Tunisia by more goals than Japan will beat Sweden, you would think. But to Darian's point, too, just the way that Japan has gotten back into matches as well, even when they go down, there's just a fearlessness about them. Those are two dark horses, though, right? If we consider them. Japan were one that coming into this tournament, and Netherlands. And I think that they could both make a statement going further. Tough opponents. Sweden is out, by the way. Sweden is out to any of those teams if they go through in the third place, if they manage to. But yeah, should be interesting.
I think what's interesting about Japan is they have significant injuries to some of their key players. So no Endo, who's their captain. No Mitama, who's out. No Minamino, who's out. Take Kubo got hurt in that first game against the Dutch. He's most likely out with a knee injury, reportedly out with a knee injury for the rest of the tournament. Arguably, their 4 best players are out. And so I think what's interesting about Japan teams in general is that, yes, very technical. They know how to play. They can play the beautiful game. Actually, probably played more like the Dutch style than the Dutch did when they played against each other. But they lack that little physicality, that bite that we're talking about. And now I feel like I see it in this team where, they can come back in tough situations. They're not going to get bullied or pushed over. They are going to fight. And when you lose 4 of your best players, I wonder if that gets amplified, because you know that's what you're going to have to do to survive. So I've been really impressed with Japan, and I would not want to play them in the knockout rounds.
We talk about the Dutch fans. The Japanese fans have been amazing
They've been
as
so
well
great.
throughout the tournament. I love those videos.
I love those videos. Everyone trying Texas barbecue for the first time.
The videos coming out of the World Cup.
Yesterday, and it was like the Japanese fans were celebrating with the opponent fans. Like when they scored, they were just so happy for them, which you never ever see. You think it's time we actually start viewing Netherlands and Japan as contenders rather than dark horses?
For me, it's about definition of what you call it. I looked at the Netherlands coming in. Yeah, they have a great history in football. It was plus 2,000 odds for them to win the World Cup. The only teams that had worse odds were Norway, USA, and Morocco. So I called them dark horse, but I guess maybe for the respect of the nation, but they never won a World Cup.
But they've been to 3 finals, which a lot of the other countries can't say. I think the Dutch have a much better chance of winning this than Japan does, but Japan is a team that I wouldn't want to face, especially early on in the knockout rounds. You'd be like, we got them? Why couldn't we get, I'm not going to say, because then it's going to be blasted all over social media, but like we couldn't get blank. They're a tough team.
And they all clean up after themselves in the stadium, don't they?
I love that. Yeah,
cleaners love it. All right then, everyone. Time for a quick break here on Morning Footy. We've got much more 48 Nations coming up on the other side. Do stay with us, everyone.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. With the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric.
Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
The U.S. versus Australia are a catalyst for a lot of the trash talk that's been happening.
I see an elephant in the room. I see a team that's inferior to us in every single way.
We've had as many international caps as everyone in this room. 0.
Mel's got no hairline as well. Look at that.
I own. So I'm okay with that.
We have a very special guest joining us, Adamo de Negris from SBS Sport. We brought him in here. Let's go.
You said we think we're Brazil. No, we don't. We just think we can beat you.
I'm not jinxing this team. I can't come out and say, hey, this is going to be a layup.
This is the United States of America over here. This is a special place. In the end, the football spoke 2-0. Thank you very much.
How we feel about the U.S.?
Hey, I got one thing to say. We're going to win the World Cup, baby. Let's go! The vibes are immaculate.
Ditto.
Go.
It's destiny, bro. It's destiny.
Goodbye. See you 9,000 miles, 9,400 miles. You can think about the game today.
As he said, it's destiny, bro. The U.S. men's national team are sitting at the top of Group D after coming off a resounding win against Australia. They're sitting pretty with 6 points in the World Cup. Best World Cup record so far. Here with Jimmy. Jimmy, how impressed are you with this U.S. men's national team? And really, what's been the key to their success so far in the tournament?
Yeah, great question. Well, there's quite a few keys, but I'll start with each game. Paraguay game, I thought we were better in pretty much every line of the field, on both sides of the ball. With the intangibles, we just wanted that game more, and we didn't let Paraguay breathe. Even though we did give up a soft goal, we figured that out. In the Australia game, a little bit different. You know, they sat back behind. It was a little bit more choppy, couldn't establish a rhythm as much. I thought in the first half we were good in the territory space, right? We got into their real estate. So we're in their half of the field, and we're just trying to make things happen. That leads to 2 goals. Thank you very much. In the second half of the Australia game, it got away from us a little bit. They made some changes. They added Irikunda into the team, and he just provided a spark for them that maybe we didn't solve. Ultimately, we get the win. We get our first clean sheet in 10 or 11 games. So that's all kind of roses on that side. But I thought there were a few things in that Australia game that should give us some things to think about as we head into Turkey, and maybe what we're going to do in terms of rotating the lineup, and then what that looks like into the knockout rounds.
Yeah, some big learning lessons coming off the second half of that match. But everyone's been talking about the press for the U.S. men's national team, how they counter press, how they funnel numbers, the relentless midfield. How impressed are you by this sort of mentality that's with this men's national team?
Yeah, I think that's in large part to Mauricio Pochettino. From what I hear at training, they just do a lot of competing. They do a lot of battling. It's more about who can win these moments. And even if they're playing 5v5, 6v6, it's always a scrap and a battle, and he's trying to. And it's clearly demonstrating itself in these games where we're better in those moments. We're better at battling. We're better at winning these balls. We have a little bit more hunger in trying to win it back. And as these stats prove,
impressive, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, our opposition passes per defensive action. So we're not allowing a lot of rhythm to establish because we're trying to win the ball back. And we're doing a nice job of winning it higher up the field. And now, imagine if we were a team that sat back. And if we sat back and decided, hey, we're going to be really good, and at times it's going to happen, but if we did that consistently, when we win the ball and we're sitting back, that means we've got 80 yards to kind of try to go get an attack. So we've done a really nice job, one of the best teams in this tournament for sure, of pressing higher up the field, getting turnovers higher up the field, and now it only takes 2 or 3 passes to get an attacking action. And that has been really impressive because it's not just 1 or 2 times that it's happening, Darren, it's happening consistently against different types of opponents, and so I'm sure we'll continue to see it throughout the tournament.
Is there a concern, though? You know, you mentioned Paraguay and Australia, and yes, there were holes in the second half against Australia. I think when they started to play more direct, they broke that initial first line of pressure from the U.S.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of concern going forward when you're, you know, if I'm an opponent looking at playing the U.S., I'm thinking, all right, we just need to be more direct and break that?
No, that's definitely a concern. That just means there's 2 things that happen there. One, how are you holding your line not too high? Because if you are too high, it's going to invite those long balls for sure. And then what type of pressure are you putting on that ball? If we can get people in and around the ball, then it's hard for players to pick up their head and even pick out the pass that they want. We've done an excellent job on that overall, but there were some moments in that Australian second half where I thought, ooh, another team, maybe, you know, they play through us and score. And when we played those good opponents in the friendlies before, Senegal did do that, and I remember Sadio Mane scored a good goal right before halftime in our friendly. Germany kind of picked us apart when they can play through that counter press. And I don't really want to talk about Belgium and Portugal, who did it consistently against us in those March friendlies. We're a different team from there, and I think what I've really loved, and something we haven't discussed yet, is the consistency in our starting 11. So the Germany game, we had 11 players that looked like that was going to be the team. Chris Richards comes in, that's the only change into the Paraguay game. And then Pulisic's hurt, we make only 1 change for that. That consistency in the lineup and just knowing who's around you and kind of decisions they make under high pressure situations makes a big difference as you continue to grow into the tournament.
Do you feel like we've ever seen this sort of mentality, this sort of pressing before with the U.S. men's national team, or do you feel like this is Poch DNA here at a World Cup?
Darren, I played in 2006 World Cup. We always play like this. No, that tournament didn't go well for us. There's a consistency that I'm seeing that maybe we didn't have before. But in the 2 major tournaments that I played in, our opening games were against the Czech Republic, who were ridiculous. Ed Pavel Nedved, who's coming off a Ballon d'Or, Tomas Rosicky, Jan Koller, Petr Cech. And then in the other major tournament I played in the Copa America in 2007, we played Argentina first with Messi, Riquelme, Crespo, Zanetti. Those are like next level teams that I don't think Paraguay and Australia are even in that category. So I don't know if we've been tested all that much just yet. It's coming. And I think this is good momentum to build into our belief, the way that we want to play, and the success they're having based on the decisions that we've been making so far.
Well, let's bring in our other teammate, the athletic football correspondent, Tom Boger, best mustache
Tommy Stoops is with us, best mustache in the game, Darian. Look at this guy.
Tom, we want to ask, you know, with the tactics that Pochettino had against Australia, how much do you think he's going to change against Turkey?
The tactics, I don't think that they're going to change at all. This team wants to be playing consistent, and they finally got a little bit of momentum, a lot of bit of momentum for the first time, I think, pretty much in the entire Pochettino era. This is the best 2-game span in a long, long time. Jimmy, you tell me what the last time was that it felt like this with so much optimism. Tactics won't change. The players will. How many of the players will change, I think, is an interesting debate. First of all, inarguable, the 4 players who are at danger of getting suspended for the knockout round with a yellow card: Tyler Adams, Chris Richards, Anthony Robinson, Flo Balogun. Don't give them cleats. Don't give them a jersey. Maybe put them in the first row. Don't even put them on the bench. Let them be anywhere near a situation where they could get a yellow card and be suspended for the round of 32. Beyond that, do you try to keep some continuity for the other guys? You don't want to overrun them, but you don't want them sitting for about a week and a half. It's what it would be between Australia and the round of 32. What do you do with some of the other guys who definitely deserve some minutes but haven't had the chance yet? How do you balance the squad? So I'm very, very interested. For me, I think that you take away the 4 players with yellow cards, and then maybe you keep 4 or 5 other starters, right? Like, I think you start Pepe. I think you start Matt Freese. I think you start Alex Freeman. But I'm very, very curious to see what Pochettino will do.
Yeah, I think there's a big question. I'm glad you bring this up, Tom, where that continuity and just all of a sudden, hey, we're going to take a game off just because we can. Sometimes that can necessarily backfire. I don't want to get into that so much because once you get into the round of 32 of a World Cup, you're going to be fired up and ready to go. So it's less about that. Like, obviously, getting to rest Christian Pulisic or anybody else that might have an injury that we're unaware of, right, that might not be 100%, good opportunity to rotate the lineup. But I agree with you. I don't know necessarily who's going to come in. But you already got a couple guys in the back line. I assume you're going to rest Tim Ream as well, because why would you want to add more mileage to his legs? And now you're thinking about maybe a whole change back line. I could see a trusty McKenzie and Scally in front of Matt Freese. I would rest Tyler Adams. I know he's on a yellow anyway, but I would probably have rested him anyway if he wasn't. So then who do you bring into that spot? Because we didn't necessarily bring, maybe Roldan gets a run out, right? Who is there one or two players that you'd like to see that maybe need to see a little bit more minutes? I mean, Gio Reyna would be number one for me. I'd like to get him right from the get-go, give him 45, 50 minutes and see how he does.
Yeah, maybe. So I think like I started Adams again. Don't let him have cleats. Don't let him have a jersey. Right. Give him a tracksuit. Don't go anywhere near the field. And then that's probably going to be Roldan or Berhalter. I think Pochettino sees Roldan more as like the backup to Tyler Adams as a number 6, but Berhalter has been the one who's come into these games and done well. Maybe both of them start. I don't know if you drop both Tillman and McKinney to rest or whatever. No matter what, the starters who don't have yellow cards should at least be playing 30 minutes or so, right? Use your subs wisely and have a plan going into the game so that they're not sitting for a few weeks. Tillman and McKinney, by the way, they've been monsters. It's their relentless motors, their intelligence of movement. So maybe they shouldn't play all of the minutes, but listen, it's a World Cup. There's a week between these games and then almost a week before the knockout round game. These are high-level pros. These are guys, these are dogs who want to play every single minute. So that's going to be interesting, too, the side of things where Pochettino has to have a meeting with Weston McKinney and say, hey, you know, we're going to rest you because this game doesn't matter for us. Like, McKinney's probably not going to love that, right, if that came out, and that's exactly what you want. Like you guys said earlier in the show about the competition and training, that is absolutely true. That is the most important thing for this group. It's about competing. Tactics are important, but not that. Like, that is the foundational pillar of this squad and of this run and what they'll need going forward when they do play better teams. The pressing moments will still be there, but not quite like this. They have to be ready and relentless. And you can't just switch that off because, we won the group and I don't really need to play this game. No, all these guys are going to be wanting to play.
Okay, so I actually think now that you're talking and thinking some more, this could be a big game for Tim Weah in particular, Tom. Right, because if he comes in and gets to start, he's kind of been on the outs, not one of the first subs off the bench. If he goes and plays well against Turkey, then I wonder what that could mean for him in terms of minutes moving forward. Give us the latest update on Christian Pulisic and his injury status. Obviously, the benefit of getting him to rest, but if he's calves are tricky. But if he can get back to full fitness, maybe there's you give him 10, 20 minutes at the end of this game, or is he one that you don't want wearing cleats either?
No, Jimmy, I agree with you. If he's physically able and there's no worry or possibility that you're going to make any possible injury worse, I think it'd be very advantageous, whether it's 15, 20, 30 minutes off the bench, as long as he's good, because you want him to be not just available for the knockout round game, but available to play 90 minutes or possibly 120 if it has to go that way. So Pulisic's calf, they said it was Pochettino and Pulisic after the Paraguay game. It's just a precaution. It felt tight. And there was a quote that Pochettino had in the post-game press conference where I didn't know if he accidentally said too much or if it was just English as a second language. So I didn't really hone in on it too much. He goes, no, it was just a precaution. He came in at halftime, and then he couldn't walk. Okay, just a precaution and couldn't walk. There's a lot of distance between those two things. And then when we were asking players at training, and Tyler Adams is his quote was literally, "He's gonna play. Let's relax." Kind of annoyed at the question, which to be fair to him, he's not a doctor. Why is he in that? Why I get that, but he was like, "No, he's fine. He's going to be fine. He's going to play." And then it was still individual training. And then it was individual training, and then the program said, "Okay, he's officially day to day." And then the players stopped being so confident when we asked them if he was going to play. So I use all of that as background that Pochettino says he's going to be available for this game against Turkey, or at least should be. But that's what they said after Paraguay. So anybody's guess is the best guess. We'll see how this develops in training. If by the end of the week he's in full team training, I think he plays for sure. If it's Wednesday even and he's still doing individual training, I don't think he plays.
Maybe we're seeing some Jedi mind games here
100%.
from Pochettino. You know, the coach never wants to give it all away. Tom, thank you so much. We appreciate it. I'm sure we'll be speaking to you soon. Happy Father's Day, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Everybody stay tuned. We have more Morning Footy on the other side of this break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everyone. We had some really rude wedding guests. Really at a wedding in a church and watching the game during the ceremony, Marco. What do you have to say for yourself?
It was USA Australia. The bride wasn't the happiest.
They're taking photos at the time. It's no big deal.
To be fair, it was afterwards. We were waiting to be called up to take photos, and we were all locked in. We were all locked in on the match, so we had to watch the game. Yeah. And I was the best man at the wedding too, just to make it even worse.
You were?
I was the best man, yeah. I did my duty. We got past it. Everyone was calm, relaxed, so I thought she wouldn't be worried.
Did you have to give a speech?
Yeah, I gave a speech.
How was it?
Oof, did it. I mentioned the groom's hair transplant during the speech.
Wow.
Yeah, I really went for it.
Gosh, I can't. So
everyone loved it but him.
Funny.
It was funny.
Everyone loved it apart from him, poor guy.
Wow.
Just outed him.
Well, the first 4 speeches were really nice and beautiful and heartfelt, so I thought I had to shake it up a little bit.
Wow, you definitely shook it up.
And then on national television as well.
Yeah, I know. Congrats on the marriage, Mr. and Mrs. Saffron.
That's so fun. I love how you had the book in the ceremony, like the hymn book. Whatever.
Yeah, because one of the moms passed, so I wanted to really hide it.
But did you get to watch the whole game, or were you just in and out?
The whole game. Whole game. Yep.
Very good. Very impressive. World Cup fever, everyone. Let's get into some headlines then. We're going to be diving into some more World Cup news. We have some club news to get to. We actually had a team earn promotion to one of Europe's top leagues this weekend. So Malaga has booked their return to La Liga for the first time in 8 years after beating Almeria 2-1. Chupe delivered a goal and an assist to secure Malaga's return to the Spanish top flight for the first time since 2018. Why don't we stay in Spain then? Real Madrid has been the busiest team in Europe on the transfer market, but one player they are apparently not working on buying is Michael Olise. So the Spanish Giants have been heavily linked to a move for the French Bayern Munich star, with claims that Los Blancos were preparing a blockbuster bid. But Real Madrid issued an official statement addressing the rumours that said in part, quote, in response to reports in various media outlets regarding an alleged interest from our club in Bayern Munich player Michael Olise, Real Madrid CF wishes to state that it has not had any direct or indirect contact with the aforementioned player, his representatives or anyone in his entourage.
Why don't we move on to some World Cup news now? Brazilian star Rafinha is reportedly set to miss 2 to 3 weeks with the hamstring injury he suffered in Brazil's loss to Haiti on Friday. So the Barcelona sensation had scans on his injury, and the Brazilian team has decided to keep Rafinha with the squad, hoping he can recover in time for the knockout rounds. And reports in Brazil are suggesting Rafinha could be back in time for the quarter-finals, and that's if Brazil get that far. It does say on the prompter to insert Endrick Ancelotti joke, but I just want to say it's been all over my Twitter, all these jokes about Endrick and Ancelotti. Have you guys seen them?
I have not.
You haven't?
How can you not?
I don't know.
Explain it to him, Hannah.
I'm not on Twitter, so no.
It's basically just Ancelotti not wanting to play Endrick. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We can just
look it up.
It's only me.
Well, you might have to now.
It, yeah. In some more World Cup news, everybody, in a story that is fitting for Father's Day, Belgian winger Jeremy Doku has drawn criticism and also some support for his plans to leave the World Cup to attend the birth of his first child. So the Manchester City star's wife is due to give birth in early July, which would coincide with Belgium's potential appearance in the round of 32 and round of 16 if they get that far. So Doku is already expected to miss today's match against Iran due to illness, and then could potentially be missing for the birth of his child. Jimmy, are you surprised at the criticism? I mean, it's his first child.
No, I'm not surprised, because the internet's going to do what it's going to do, and everybody's feel like they can chime in on somebody's personal life. This is a tough one. I get the magnitude of a World Cup, but you only get to see the birth of your child once, especially your first one. I don't begrudge him for making that decision, and the way that they can travel now, I think he can get there pretty quick and get back pretty quick if needed. I think that people should meet humans where they are when they're leaders and coaches, and if that really means something, every player is going to approach it differently. If that really means something to a player, then you can't add any additional weight to it. You get to go support that decision and then welcome them back with open arms when they return. So yeah, the criticism is from people that maybe don't care about their kids.
So none of the birth of your children coincided when you were in the World Cup?
No.
What would you do, though?
Oh, I would go back, for sure.
What if it's a World Cup final?
All of a sudden. Yeah, I mean, if I was being trusted at that level and I was going to be the guy in the back line, I think even my wife would say, you need to play in the World Cup final. There's something about, like, for me, when I was playing, if you have peace at home, if you have peace in your personal life, that peace continues onto the field. But if there's any kind of friction that's going on off the field, that's also going to come with you on the field. People can try to pretend otherwise, but it does. And so if I knew that I had the blessing of all the people that I loved and who loved me, then it would be no problem if that was the decision. But if I felt there was any friction, then obviously that'd be a different conversation.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting me on the spot, Mark.
Doku's going to use that one now.
Great answer. Really hard decision. Okay,
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, everyone. Taking a break here on Morning Footy. We've got much more on the other side, everyone.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others, but they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
I was the kid that shouldn't have made it.
Texas kid on the field.
Kid from Nacogdoches, Texas. Nakano, where some people would say. I probably rubbed people the wrong way. Because I didn't give a shit what people thought about me. Kind of one of those things I wasn't going to be denied.
When Clint looks at you, he looks like he wants to kill you. And I have respect for that.
He did not hold back.
That hurt from here.
The man's gonna have the last word.
What's he saying?
You don't know where I'm from, dog.
Where are you from, dog?
I'm from the oldest town in Texas, Nacogdoches, where I'm from. Okay.
He had to kind of claw his way to every opportunity in ways that maybe other kids didn't have to.
I feel like everyone has their time. When Clint came on the scene, it was Clint's time.
Dempsey will try and chip one. Wonderful!
He had this personal belief that he was going to make it no matter what.
Clint's the guy now. It's almost like plucked out of a Greek tragedy.
He had to create a narrative that people were against him. Sometimes that was me.
You're the soccer player.
Now you're the soccer player.
All he really ever wanted to do was win. He wanted it so bad.
Had Clint been any different, we wouldn't be here talking about him, talking about the legend that he is. He had to be himself.
Clint Dempsey, who else? Dempsey! Astonishing!
My mentality was make those play you. Make them play you.
No one in American soccer has taken a more unique path to stardom than Clint Dempsey. The latest documentary follows his journey from growing up in Texas to representing the US at the World Cup. You Don't Know Where I'm From, Doug joins a lineup of soccer documentaries on Paramount Plus, including Pulisic, a behind-the-scenes look at US star Christian Pulisic, and Billion Dollar Goal, which explores one of the most pivotal moments in American soccer history. And you can watch all three exclusively on Paramount Plus. Coming up next, everybody, we've got more Morning Footy at 48 Nations on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now.
Open your eyes. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it? The crowd here feels electric.
Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everyone. Time to play What's More Likely. And remember, we are on YouTube today, so you can write down in the comments what you think is more likely in all of these scenarios. So should we get started, everybody?
We should.
Let's get it. What is more likely? Cabo Verde getting another World Cup point or Uruguay topping Group H? So remember, in Group H, all 4 teams are on 1 point, and Cabo Verde are playing Uruguay today.
And Vozinha, I trust.
Right.
He got them a clean sheet against Spain, so it's probably more likely that Cabo Verde can get a point than Uruguay, who've been pretty underwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah, I second that.
I also think it's about Spain waking up. I think Spain will wake up, and we're believing in the story. Maybe against Saudi Arabia. That's where Cabo Verde could get that last point. And Uruguay just have such a weird identity. You don't know if they fit Bielsa's system. It feels like they want to do something different. So we'll believe in the story. We'll believe in the miracle.
So you're all believing in Cabo Verde. No
Are you
hope.
going different?
No, I like that. No hope, no hope in Uruguay, like you said. Spain.
Topping the
It's
group?
just for Cabo
Not topping
Verde
the
to get a
group.
1 point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not topping the group. This Uruguay team's pretty underwhelming. And they showed elements of that when we played. The U.S. played them at the end of last year. Beat them 5-1. And I was like, this isn't the Uruguay that I had anticipated. And they haven't really shown anything different since then.
So Spain are going to wake up when they play Saudi
Yes.
Arabia today?
Yes, they will wake up. Even with all the concerns about Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal, I don't know if they're going to go all the way and win the World Cup without those two, but certainly enough to top the group.
Okay, pretty easy one then. No one has wrote in the comment yet, so
catch up, everybody.
Not a popular one. Come on, guys. On to the next one. What's more likely, Mbappe winning the Golden Boot or Messi winning the Golden Boot? Ooh. Mbappe started with the brace. Messi with his first World Cup hat-trick.
I'll go first. I'll say Messi. Messi, I think, is more of a catalyst for Argentina. The play runs through him consistently. Mbappe, there's more goals out there to share, I think, on that French team with Elise and even Barcola coming off the bench. And they just got a plethora of options. Not to say that Argentina doesn't, but I just feel like more of the play runs through Messi. So I'll say Messi.
But with that logic, I would say Mbappe because he has more of a supporting cast that can provide more assists, more balls sent in. Messi, to me, I think they
That's
really
fair.
rely on him. And yes, he's incredible. He's the GOAT. He's gonna score some goals. But look at this France team, and they're all gonna score.
I'm with Darren. I love World Cup Mbappe. I think he just has a chip on his shoulder. Everything that happened with PSG winning 2 Champions Leagues ever since he left, all the signatures against him at Real Madrid, I think he is ready to silence everyone. He comes up in the big moments. He's always that guy for France. So I'm going to go with Mbappe.
Underestimating Messi?
He scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final. He dragged France and then scored his penalty kick. Come on.
Yeah, we just saw Messi get a hat-trick.
Yeah, against Algeria. Mbappe did it against Argentina in a final.
Zidane in goal should have saved 2 of those 3. But that's for a conversation for this time.
Anyone who goes up against Zidane is going to be the golden boot
You guys want all the smoke.
Someone in the comments has just put Kane. I know that wasn't an option, but do we think...
Yeah, Kane's a possibility.
Yeah, I think that's a really good shout. I mean, this guy's incredible. Like, I think probably one of the best all-around footballers, no matter if he's playing deeper or higher up. Yeah, that's also a team that I think has more of a supporting cast to provide a lot more assists than Argentina does right now.
He was my pick before the tournament. Kane.
If Kane can continue to take second penalties because the first one gets called back, then I think he's going to be fine.
Oh, you're cheeky, Jimmy. You are cheeky. All right, on to our next one then. Where are we? Portugal. What's more likely? Portugal benching Ronaldo or Vini Jr. leading Brazil to a World Cup final?
Oh.
I'll go with Portugal benching Ronaldo.
Really?
Yes. Just if you look at Brazil, their potential path, I don't see Vinny being able to do this. I don't know if he has the character to do that. Roberto Martinez is gone after this World Cup, right? So I think eventually if it doesn't work, he can do it because he doesn't have to worry about the locker room dynamics. I think it's going to take a lot. I thought he was going to be subbed off in their first match when it wasn't working out. If he doesn't get it done against Uzbekistan, then maybe that's when it comes.
Yeah, I agree. I think benching Ronaldo, it's written on the walls that it feels like it's inevitable that it's going to happen at this point. I think the team is much better when he's on the bench and just has sort of a presence there as opposed to trying to build around him. And you're right. I agree with Marco. I don't think Vinny's the guy that can build on this throughout this tournament.
I think what's interesting is that there's this refusal of acceptance from Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, he's 41, right? I mean, that is, for him to be playing at this level is crazy. And I think that's what makes him great, that he continues to, like, I'm going to prove that I can be the guy no matter what my age is. I can be an impact player. But they would be so much more dynamic if he wasn't on the field.
Yeah.
And Roberto Martinez and his staff have to see that. So I agree with both of you.
You think they're better with Gonzalo Ramos, though?
I think that he won't get in the way of some of the other guys. That makes sense. I think Ronaldo...
He'll continue his runs.
Right, well, yeah, or continue his runs, or sometimes if there's something in the box, ball gets to the end line, Ronaldo's kind of sitting and waiting as opposed to maybe making that thankless run to create space for a teammate because he wants to be the guy that scores.
Yeah.
And that's what's made him great. I don't want to take anything away from what he's achieved, but right now, yeah.
Yeah, one comment on YouTube. Here we go, more sleeping on Brazil. What do we think?
I mean, I watched the game against Morocco.
I know. What do we think about how Vinny's performed, though? I know it was against Haiti, but he had a good game.
No, he scored a great goal against Morocco as well.
Yeah.
So he's got great individual moments of brilliance for sure.
And we always say how he isn't able to translate it into a Brazil shirt. It seems like he's doing.
I just don't know if he's the leader that can be the player that's the X factor every single game for 90-plus minutes to make something out of nothing throughout the entire tournament to get to a final. I just don't believe it.
Also, the path that I have for Brazil to go to the World Cup final, right, because that's the question, would be Japan, Norway, England, Argentina. They will get knocked out way before.
I think what's interesting about Brazil is when you look at the spine of their team, right? That's where most of your strength is, most of your leadership is going to be. You got Alisson in goal, excellent. You got two center backs in Marquinhos and Gabriel, excellent, world class. They have their lack of athleticism, if Casemiro starts in midfield, gives me a little bit of concern. I'm not the biggest Lucas Paquetá fan. I think he has a lot of value. I just don't know if he fits in with the rest of the team. Bringing in Cunha, I thought was genius. So if he starts up top, that takes some pressure off of Vinny to have to be the guy, and he scored some good goals against Haiti.
And how about their fullbacks?
Without Rafinha. Yeah, they're outside backs. We're not talking about Cafu and Dani Alves anymore. Or
Danilo and Alexandro.
Yeah, or Roberto Carlos and Marcelo. Like, they just don't have those kind of normal Brazilian staples, you think, for their teams. So they're not the same, but I do think that I wouldn't want to face them in the knockout rounds. That's probably the biggest compliment I can pay them.
Yeah, we all agree with that? Okay. Should we move on? Let's move on. What's more likely? We get a first-time World Cup winner, or we get a World Cup winner with a foreign coach? So Spain was the last nation in 2010 to win the World Cup for the first time ever. And then we've also got Tuchel, Ancelotti, Poch, Roberto Martinez, who are foreign head coaches.
It's a really good question.
That's a great question.
This is a good one. This one's tough.
I think Netherlands and Portugal are the obvious ones to win it for the first time.
Yeah.
They're favorites, and I made the case for why Netherlands could go. But if I just say logically and what's more likely, I would say England are more likely to win the World Cup. And I thought it was really interesting hearing what Harry Kane said at halftime of their first match against Croatia, where Tuchel said, why are we scared? Why are we not attacking? If we're going to lose, let's lose. And I felt like for all the great things that Southgate did to bring England to the semifinals and 2 Euro finals, they lost those finals because they were too scared to play. They're up against Italy 1-0, and then you sit back and stop. So I think maybe Tuchel could help them unlock it.
I feel like it unchained them from this mental lock they've always had. But I'm going to go with Netherlands. I loved everything we were saying about them earlier. I've loved their performances. I think that could be a first-time World Cup winner, 100%.
Yeah, I'm on the fence. I love your argument. I love yours as well. I guess I would go with England. I think England has a better chance, Darian, than the Netherlands to get there.
No USA? We got Pochettino in the back?
Pochettino?
Well, yeah, I would love that, personally. I mean, you know how insufferable I would be if the U.S. won the World Cup? It would be absolutely amazing.
Can it get any worse than that?
Well, it could get worse. That's the scary part.
Imagine the outfit.
Yes. So I would go streaking with Will Ferrell down. That's an old shot.
Nobody wants to see that.
No, well, that's probably true. Nobody wants to see that. But it would be a lot of fun, and I would do it.
So
moving on.
So wait, you're going what?
She just heard shrieking and lost.
I got so lost then.
She got lost in the visuals. Okay. So I'm going with England. I think England has a better chance of winning it.
Also, Portugal could do both.
A foreign coach winning it.
Portugal could do both.
Portugal would be both.
Portugal would be both.
Wow.
Do we like Portugal?
I do if Cristiano Ronaldo is not in the starting 11.
That's crazy.
No, I don't.
I don't.
They never put the group together. There's always so much hype and talk about them. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Yeah, it's good on paper. They're very good on paper, but for me, they never put it together. There's always something that's lacking.
Yeah.
Portugal has talent. Comment we've got.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
So do about 10 other teams.
Belgium. So many golden generations, but it's not about that.
Then what is it about?
It's about putting the group together. There's many World Cup winners who say that on paper they were not the favorite to go on and win. They were more talented teams. But if you have that harmony, you have that balance, you have that mix of talent, and I just don't think also Roberto Martinez could lead them to win the World Cup.
Okay.
Cut that out for social media.
Put that out for socials. All right, on to our last one then. We're flying through these. What's more likely, Neymar has a man of the match performance this World Cup or Ronaldo? And remember, Neymar is expected to be healthy for Brazil's final game against Scotland on Wednesday.
Either one of these have a man of the match?
Neymar or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo. I honestly am not sure when we will even get to see Neymar, and if we do, I imagine it'll be for 5 minutes or so. I mean, he's been nursing an injury even before this World Cup started, re-injured something as it began, is now reportedly traveling with the team, but who knows what that means.
Yeah, I don't see him starting either. And for him to get a man of the match as a super sub, he'd have to come on and be Dennis Undav for Germany against Ivory Coast. So that's a possibility, but ultimately I agree with you. I think Ronaldo would be the better choice. He's healthy. He's obviously got a chip on his shoulder.
And he's probably heard all the comments from everybody.
Exactly.
And he's got to play Uzbekistan on Tuesday. So I think that it could come. Also their path as well. Again, I'm a numbers guy. I look at who they could potentially play, like Australia could be after that. Neymar has the potential to do it against Scotland, who's going to kick him. It's going to be difficult. So maybe if he was there against Haiti, that could have been the one that's the man of the match performance, but I will go with Ronaldo.
Also thinking of him, say he does become a sub, which I think is inevitable, him coming in for 10, 15 minutes and they just say they need to win the game, they're serving and crosses, whatever. He's the guy that you rely on that could put together a man of the match performance in 10 minutes.
Do you think it's likely we see any of them be man of the match?
Ooh.
I could see them neither one of them being man of the match. Yeah.
I agree.
It's hard to bet against Ronaldo, though, right? You just feel like, I know it wasn't good the first game.
He's inevitable.
Yeah, I feel like it's inevitable that he'll pull through eventually.
What did you make of Ancelotti bringing in Neymar with all these injuries?
I was surprised by it. I thought, he's dealt with injuries for so long, and it's unfortunate for Neymar because it's just, you see those players that are just plagued with muscle injury after muscle injury. A big thing happens, and then, you try to come back and something else is affected because you're compensating, and your heart goes out to him. But I think the logic in bringing him is how much he can bring this team together just by those players that have the presence, the aura that makes you want to wear that crest even harder and go into tackles harder. So I understand that, but I am not so certain if we'll see him much, if at all, in this tournament.
I think when the rosters got expanded from 23 to 26, you could take a flyer on one or two players, and the noise around not bringing him might have been louder than if you just bring him and see how he does. So ultimately, I think Carlo Ancelotti leaned into his experience, knowing what was probably best for the team and maybe for his own stress levels throughout the tournament. Like, I'll just bring this guy along. Hopefully we can nurse him. And obviously if he comes in and is healthy and is ready to go, he can be one of the top players in the world.
We interviewed Pato on the Golazo network as well, and he said that. He goes, the conversation around Neymar is bigger than even the tournament itself beforehand. Yeah. Every question started off to Ancelotti. Are you bringing Neymar? Are you bringing Neymar? As you mentioned, Ancelotti's the best man manager in the world. He knows that potentially could have been a distraction. And if Neymar is willing to accept the role, which he has with some of his injuries, I think it made more sense that they had to bring him than to not bring him.
Yeah. One other comment we got, Japan, first-time winners. I know we've mentioned them already in this show, but they have got they made an announcement, didn't they, the Japanese Football Association, saying by 2050, our aim is to win a World Cup.
By
2026.
I know, but by 2050.
Okay.
Hell, why not?
Why not have goals?
Yeah.
Set goals in life.
We don't
that seems achievable.
A bit of a stretch for this World Cup?
No, not this World Cup.
Yeah, I don't think this World Cup, and I think because Jimmy pointed out, they have a lot of injuries to their mainstay players, the players that are scoring goals that really lead this team, and they're proving to be a team that anybody can score. They can rely on everybody. They have a deeper bench than I think I anticipated Japan coming into this, but it's a long tournament, and you're going to play against even heftier opposition than what we've seen so far. So 2050, hell yeah.
2050,
why not?
2026.
Yeah.
Okay. And one other comment, Brazil for World Cup with Ancelotti. We've spoken about how good Ancelotti is.
I mean, if anybody's going to do it with Brazil, who's a foreign manager, it's going to be him. Since he's taken over, Vinny's scored, I think, 5 goals in those 12 games that he's been in charge of. I feel like that's only going to improve. He's kind of a Vinny whisperer, and that's important, right? And then you have other players that he can bring in and try to mesh. He's really good at the man management side, and so I couldn't actually think of anybody better. The respect that he gets, too, because of everything he's accomplished, I think goes a long way, not only from the players, but from the press. The fans, not all the fans are always going to be pleased. You probably have a different perspective on this, Marco, but it's possible. But when I see Rafinha coming out with an injury, a couple other players, I don't know. Brazil should be in the conversation. Well, I don't know. I feel like you're ready to jump in.
No. Just, I look at their fullbacks. I see Danilo and Alexandro still on the roster, and to me, they just don't scare me anymore. We used to lose to Brazil before you played them. Now they don't give me that sense of fear.
That's fair.
They would really have to put it together, and I just think there's too many other good teams.
Okay. All right then, everyone. That was our What's More Likely segment. Thanks for commenting on YouTube. We are taking a quick break here, though, on Morning Footy. We've got much more coming up on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others, but they're not like us. We need to get out of here now.
Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everyone. So we're 10 days into the World Cup, and there have been some standout performances that have caught the attention of the world's biggest clubs and could spark some potential moves in the summer for some players. So we're going to pick what clubs would be a good fit for these players after the tournament. So, should we get started then? Our first one, Bradley Barcola. What would be a good fit for him after this World Cup? He's currently with PSG. He's got 2 years left on his contract. Obviously, he's got experience of winning back-to-back Champions League, winning multiple Ligue 1 titles, 23 years of age, linked with clubs like Arsenal. So where do we think he should go in the summer?
If I'm PSG, I'm not selling Barcola. By the way, I would keep him, but I will go with Arsenal. I think Arsenal need the best of the best. He is deadly in transitions. So they sit back with the possession in certain games in the Champions League. I think that he could fit them if they could find a way to make the deal happen. But again, if I'm PSG, there's no way I would let him go.
Yeah, I second the Arsenal shout. I think they need someone that's effective getting end line, not afraid to cross things in. He's also plays back. He's a good defender as well. So Arsenal.
I respect that. I'm going to go with Liverpool. Since they lost Lucho Diaz last year, I don't think they've been as dynamic in that area. They lost Sadio Mane before that. Rest in peace to Diogo Jota. They just lost players in that area of the field and didn't really replicate that. They brought in Florian Wirtz, who's a little bit more central, I would say. Yeah. You know, Cody Gakpo, terrific player, but can they... I know that Mo Salah hasn't really been Mo Salah, the levels that we've seen. I think Liverpool would be a really good fit. But Arsenal's a good fit for him, too.
He's too good for Chelsea, too. I know that was the other rumor. If I'm him, I'm looking at these. I mean, he is.
Do you think left winger is a position Arsenal need to improve on?
Excuse me?
Do you think left wing?
Well, you got
I didn't hear you, sorry.
Did you not understand me?
No.
And Martinelli, but I feel like that's a very inconsistent. Like, he dips in so much confidence.
But you have Saka on one side, and then where do you put Elise? Elise's better on the right coming into the left. He can play central as well. I think this Martinelli.
Barcola.
Yeah, Barcola could be, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah?
Why not?
Okay, then.
He's better than them.
Yeah, exactly. Jimmy, you had something to say?
I always have something to say, but let's keep it moving.
Okay, let's go on to the next one then. Okay, so where should Yan Diomande go in after the summer? He's currently with RB Leipzig. He would go for over $100 million, 19 years old, already had a standout World Cup so far. But Leipzig do want to extend his contract. So should he leave or should he stay? You want him to go to Liverpool?
I'm going to take, similar to the argument Jimmy had before, I think ever since, now Salah's not there anymore. They lost when Diaz left, so I think Liverpool would fit well. They said that they already rejected $100 million for him. They want about $120 million. He's still raw. He still has to grow, Diomande, but man, is he electric, and I think he would add a lot to the new life at Liverpool without Salah there.
I literally just ordered my Diomande Ivory Coast kit. I think he's incredible. To me, fits PSG's DNA. A workhorse, a young player on both sides of the ball, not afraid to get in line, has the space to be creative. To me, fits PSG identity.
I agree, and if they're going to lose Barcola to Liverpool or Arsenal, they're going to have to fill in that space. So I think that would be, I'd say, an upgrade over Barcola, but a different type of profile, but it can still do the job in a different way.
Similar, though, too, right? It's like everyone's just moving each other around.
Yeah.
These are really good players.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are really good players. The head coach of Ivory Coast did say, leading up to the World Cup, he'd heard that he was going to PSG, and now he's heard he's going to Liverpool, and it's just, he was like, he needs to make a pick. There's so many good teams that want him. I mean, he's so talented, and we've seen him have a World Cup, a really good World Cup so far, haven't we? Okay, so should we move on to the next one? Brahim Diaz for Morocco, currently plays for Real Madrid. Now that Bernardo Silva, Real Madrid have signed some players. So could he be on his way out? He has attracted Juventus. They want to take him back to Italy because he was at Milan for 3 years, wasn't he, Marco? How do you think he done at Milan?
He's grown tremendously since his time at Milan. I remember I was laughed at on our Serie A coverage for talking about Brahim Diaz. They say Juventus didn't get Silva. They wanted Silva because they missed out on Champions League. Silva ended up going to Real Madrid. He probably would have went there either way. So now they're saying Juventus want Brahim Diaz. Spalletti apparently in every meeting says, get me Brahim Diaz. He wants him to try to challenge in the Europa League and get back into Champions League football. So I think he would fit the style of football that Spalletti's trying to bring at Juventus.
All right, I'm going to keep it in Italy. I'm going to say Como.
Como?
Yeah, because they're playing Champions League.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go to a Europa League team. He wants to go to a Champions League team. Plus, I love what Cesc Fabregas has done with Nico Paz in particular. They're a team on the up and up. I think Fabregas could really add another layer or two to his game. I know that Brahim Diaz is probably as close to the finished product, potentially, as he can be, but I think Fabregas can maybe squeeze a little bit more potential.
But if they keep Nico Paz? If Como keep Nico Paz?
Could you imagine Nico Paz and Brahim Diaz in the same midfield? I mean, listen, he drives a lot of what happens with Morocco. I think he's been tremendous so far in this tournament, and I just started to throw it out there, something a little bit different.
I like that. I went with Man City. I think with Bernardo Silva leaving, that leaves a big space for him to come in. He's, 26, 27? That's a big space to fill where he can get lucrative minutes and be really effective. So I like City.
He was already there as well.
Mm-hmm.
He was there when
Homecoming.
Guardiola was there.
Yeah. Do you think Silva is an upgrade on that Real Madrid side compared to Brahim Diaz?
100%. For me, yes.
Experience, knowing what it takes to win. I feel like Real Madrid haven't won a trophy in the last 2 seasons. They miss Luka Modric, they miss Toni Kroos, so I feel like had that kind of gravitas and an understanding of knowing what it takes to solve problems in big games.
I think what all of those players have in common, which I love, which Real Madrid has been missing, is the player that is all heart on the pitch, that is going to run no matter what, that is going to problem solve, that isn't afraid to do the dirty work. I think they have a lot of players that want kind of the hero balls, the hero advancements up in the attack, but they're missing that player that's fine to be gritty and get it stuck into tackles, and I think Bernardo Silva applies to both.
Leadership too.
Yeah. It is kind of widely reported Diaz will make a decision based on whether Mourinho wants him in his plans. Do you think Mourinho will want him next year?
I can't say for sure. It depends on... I feel like Mourinho is going to actually set up this team really nicely because they're probably best suited to counterattack because of the speed, the devastating speed they have in transition. And I think he's going to make them very good at not necessarily getting into the Xabi Alonso high press. Everybody's got to run 100 miles an hour all the time. Now let's just sit back, let's absorb. We'll get really good in the mid block and low block, and then we're just going to 2 or 3 passes, we're going to get good chances.
Yeah.
And I think that actually suits Madrid well. So I don't know if Brahim Diaz fits that particular mold. Bernardo Silva might not either. I mean, that's a conversation to have too. But I think that all the intangibles that Bernardo Silva brings, and the leadership in particular, would go a long way with this group.
Okay, awesome. Right, on to our next one then. Ayoub Bouhaddi from Morocco currently plays for Lille, 18-year-old midfielder. Olivier Giroud has come out saying he has the same feeling for Bouhaddi the way he did for Kylian Mbappe when he was also at the team.
That's a massive
big statement
compliment
from Giroud, yeah. His first game for Morocco was the pre-tournament friendly because he did grow up in the French youth setup. So where do we think would be a good club fit for him?
I'll stick with Olivier Giroud, that same path to go to Real Madrid. I think that they still are missing something in that midfield. He is a big game player. To see him play with no fear in that match against Brazil was unbelievable. He did not look like a teenager. He looked like somebody that could play at the top level, sticks to his style of football no matter who he plays. So I'm going Real Madrid.
I'm going Man United. I think, Casemiro leaving, this is a team that needs some youth, some energy, someone that can cover a lot of ground. And if they're wanting to continue on this trajectory, I think they need that spark in the middle of the pitch, and I think this would be a good fit.
I like that one too.
I don't really have a great answer. I have Barcelona. I'm trying to think of, I feel like there's one more club that he needs to go to get that next step and then go to one of the big ones. Man United, for me, and Madrid, that's not to say he can't handle it.
What is Barca?
Yeah, Barca.
No, that's why I'm reluctantly
Are you saying
writing
from
Barca.
outside pressure, or what do you mean?
I'm just saying that is there an environment where he can go and continue to grow and thrive as opposed to being thrown right into some bullshit that you're going to find with Man United for sure.
Do you think that you have Como on your whiteboard?
No, I should have wrote Como on my whiteboard.
He needs to go to a smaller club first.
No. I was trying to guess, is this the best?
No. I understand your logic. He needs to go to a team where he's going to almost be fighing to get into a starting 11, where he'll gain that experience and kind of softly be thrown into that spotlight. But
the kid's ridiculous. He can go play at any of these clubs. I don't want to even debate that. What I'm saying is that if it's better for his kind of emotional growth as well, to kind of just ease into going into those types of pressure cooker situations. Right now, he's the kind of the darling of the team, and everything's roses right now. He's got everything to gain, nothing to lose. But at some point, he's going to run into it. You need to be the guy for us every single game. And if you're not...
It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure. And he's still young. And I still feel like that needs to be taken into consideration when you're thinking about the development and evolution. For me, he's at Lille now. Is there one more step before he can get into those next ones? I don't know. We can talk about it after.
We'll take him at Juventus.
Yeah, for sure.
Giving him out.
I don't know. It's just something to think about.
Go to a niche club like Barca. And then he can...
No pressure.
I didn't know to write. So I thought
Liga winners.
I think that he'll end up being better than Frankie de Jong, who currently sits in that position.
Yeah.
And around Pedri and Gabi.
Gabi, yeah.
Social's only going to clip the part where you say that Barca's a small club. It's all right. We got it already.
Thanks.
He's 18 years old, and we've even seen Giroud compare him to the likes of Mbappe. Does he remind you of any sort of player that we've watched before?
What is he?
Do you think Mbappe's a fair shout?
No, they're different.
No, they're very different players.
Maybe for character-wise.
Like star level, yeah.
He's talking about talent, probably, and just just how there is no ceiling on this player. Yeah, that's a good question. I'd have to kind of think that through.
Because you think about Mbappe, the way that he came out at 18 years old with no fear. I think that that's the comparison there. That, to me, was the most impressive thing. It's very good to do it at Lille and these places, but you go to a World Cup playing against Brazil, and Morocco out-Braziled in that game. A lot of it was because of Bouhaddi.
Yeah, what an upside. I'm going to get a Bouhaddi jersey at some point. At that little club called Barcelona.
If he goes to Barca, their average age is going to be like 15 on their team.
Yeah, you're right.
He's so young. Okay, then everybody, we're going to take a quick break here on Morning Footy, but do stay with us. We've got so much more coming up after this break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now.
Open your eyes. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everybody. So here at the Golazo Network, the whole team done some predictions before the World Cup kicked off. And this is how the table is looking. So Buckets #1, Marco 2nd, Darian 3rd, me 4th.
Where's Jimmy?
Jimmy 13th. Jimmy?
Well, that's not even Conference League.
I don't even remember doing these predictions.
Me neither.
What is even happening right now?
You're closer to relegation than you are Europe.
Got plenty of time, don't worry.
That's not even Conference League.
Not even Conference League. Sweet. Yeah, I got nothing to say. I don't even remember doing these predictions. Must have been late at night.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Here's the excuses. We're here for Buckets. Let's just talk to Buckets.
Well done, Buckets.
Yeah, we are actually bringing in Buckets right now. Hi, Bucket. There he is. Well done. You're at the top. I would hope so, though, because you are our betting expert here. How are you?
Yeah,
it's kind of my job, so I feel like anything outside of the top 3, maybe top 2, I'm failing. So I'm happy to see myself up at the top. Marco, let's calm down a little bit, buddy. You don't need to be. You're already doing good enough. Don't come for my job too, buddy. Just let me have this.
How did you pick your predictions? Because there were so many games.
I think I've gotten 6 exact scores correct so far, 6 or 7. Yeah.
Did you put a lot of thought into them?
I put a lot of thought into it. Yeah.
See, I did not.
I took more time than I would like to admit.
I did mine fairly quickly.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I clearly did it way too quick.
Jimmy done it with his eyes closed.
That's why you were the betting expert. That's why Buckets is here now.
I've lost that title. It's not even in my contract anymore.
Buckets, how are your bets going so far this World Cup?
They're going pretty well so far. I feel like I got bonus points because I got the correct score prediction for Germany 7-1 in their first match. Wow. I called that one, and I feel like they're just being nice to me in the studio because, I don't know, I feel like people feel bad for me in general. I don't know if it's my face or how I talk, but they're just looking out for me, and I appreciate that. But the bets have been great. Japan has been killer for us already. We've hit so many bets on this team in the first 2 matches, so hoping we can just keep riding the momentum.
Lovely.
Yeah, which is what we're going to do with my bets right here.
Let's
if you're all good for that, I'm going to break down a couple. Jimmy, be nice to me because I'm scared of you. All right, bet number 1, we've got Spain taking on Saudi Arabia. I'm going to give you 1 bet for every match today and then a couple futures at the end. Spain broke a lot of people. It was the most winningest day for the sports book was Spain's opening match where we saw them draw 0-0. And a lot of people have what we call in the betting space betting paralysis. They're looking at this game and going, well, what do we do now? Are they going to bounce back? Are they going to win 10-0? Are they going to do 0? Like, nobody knows how to bet this team because of that first game. But all I'm saying is I see Lamine Yamal in the starting 11, and I'm good to trust them again. That is all I needed to back this Spain side. So I'm taking it a bit of a weird angle, but I'm going Spain minus 1 goal on the first half spread, which means if this game is 1-0 at halftime, your bet pushes, you get your money back, no harm, no foul. If Spain are up by 2 or more goals, you cash a plus 120 ticket. And then obviously if they are drawn at halftime or losing halftime, you lose this bet. I am expecting a big bounce back, and I'm expecting a quick response from Spain, who want to put that first match behind them as fast as they can. So they need to score not only multiple times, but they need to score early, and I'm expecting them to get the job done in the first half.
Wow.
Bet number 2 takes us to Belgium versus Iran. I do not trust this Belgium side. I've had people tell me for a decade now, this golden generation was going to do incredible things. And now the golden generation's not so much there, but they've got young talent who is incredible. And I just keep losing money betting on Belgium. So it's a bit of a personal bias here, but I really do expect this game to be closer than people are giving it credit to. Belgium are currently 1.5 goal favorites on the spread, which means the books think they're winning by 2 or more. And I don't see that. I love how this Iran team is playing, not just as a team, but for their entire country and for everyone watching at home. This is a team that is looking so good, especially offensively, which is why I think both teams to score at plus 110 is a steal. I don't care who wins. If it's 2-1 Belgium, fine. If it's 2-1 Iran, fine. As long as both teams find the back of the net, which I think they will, you get a plus money cash here. Then we've got Uruguay taking on Cabo Verde. And this is another team that broke a lot of people because everyone's looking at Cabo Verde now saying, can they continue that momentum? It was such a good first game. They looked so incredible. They're not going to keep that momentum. They had their time in the spotlight, and this is where Uruguay goes, cool. Now we get a chance to pick up 3 big points that Spain missed out on. The problem with this Uruguay side is it's hard to pick somebody to score. Darwin Nunez is the favorite right now to score. He's minus 200. That is a terrible number for any goal scorer, but especially for how Nunez is playing. So I'm going to go for a fun one and take the captain here, Federico Valverde, to score or assist at plus 140. He is a guy who has that experience with Real Madrid, who has the experience playing at the national level, and who knows that sometimes he just has to say, F this, put the team on my back, and carry this team to a goal. I'm expecting him to play 90 minutes and have a big game. And then our final bet takes us to New Zealand versus Egypt. I love how New Zealand played in that first match. We saw the Elijah Just brace. We saw Chris Wood get 2 assists. They looked amazing on attack, but my word, this defense is in trouble when they're going against players like Mohamed Salah and Omar Marmoush. I expect Egypt maybe not to keep a clean sheet, but I expect them to score multiple goals here. Egypt over 1.5 goals in this game. I got you at minus 120 for this bet. New Zealand just do not have the defensive powers to keep a team from Egypt like this from scoring. Should be a good game with lots of goals there.
Yeah, Buckets, I love it. That last one makes me a little bit nervous because this Egyptian team, I could see them scoring some goals, and I know New Zealand had some deficiencies on the defensive side of the ball. I feel like that's something you maybe tighten up. You saw it. Hey, we were a little leaky in game 1. Can we tighten it up in game 2? So maybe there's some areas where they maybe just drop another player in. So that would be the only one that gives me some pause. But outside of that, I like the other ones a lot. I love the Spain one, them scoring and coming out and trying to put their foot on things right away. Federico Valverde, I think, is really good value. And what was the second one? It was
second one. I had both teams to score in Belgium versus Iran.
Yeah, I think that's a good one too. I agree with you that Iran is looking very good on the attacking side.
So should you rethink your bets now after seeing Jimmy's record and now he agrees with all yours?
Absolutely not.
Listen,
why are you bringing up
Jimmy's a stud. Jimmy's a stud. I love what he does for this network. I trust him. Jimmy, let me ask you this though, Jimmy, because if you remember in the first game, my score prediction for Spain was 6-1 in that game that ended 0-0.
Right.
What's our score prediction for this game? We think it's going to be better than. What do you think is going to happen in this game?
I could see a 3-0. I could
3-0?
Yeah. Are you talking Uruguay, Cabo Verde? Or are you talking?
No, Spain, Saudi Arabia.
Spain, Saudi Arabia. So I think Saudi Arabia is going to give you a good first half, make it a little bit difficult. But if Spain can score that first goal, then I think it's going to unlock kind of all their frustration that they had in that Cabo Verde game. So I could still see them being a 3-0, but Spain's going to be in control.
Yeah, definitely. So, Buckets, those are all your bets for today. You've got some for the future, though, haven't you, in the upcoming days?
I do. I've got 3 future bets as well, and I'm going to start with the Jimmy Conrad future here. This is look at the kit. I've never owned a USA kit in my life. This is the most patriotic I've ever felt, and a big part of that is because of all of you in the studio. I'm bought in. I'm sold. I love what USA is doing. I watched both of those first matches, and this is the first time I've believed in my life that they can do some big things in the World Cup. So I'm taking USA to make it to the quarterfinals, and that's only at plus 130. At the beginning of the tournament, it was plus 550. So the books and all the people are catching on that this USA team is doing something right. My other 2 futures are Japan to win Group F. You guys talked about this group and these matchups extensively earlier. It's going to come down to goal differential, and it's going to come down to can Netherlands beat Tunisia more than Japan can beat Sweden by. But I just love this Japan side, and I love how they're playing with Ueda up front. I mean, we talk about how they're not the most physical side. He's still scoring with his head. This Japan team is knocking people around, and Sweden's back line is terrible. I think it's going to be close, but Japan to win the group at plus 300, I think is just a lot of fun going into this final match day of that group. And third and final bet, it's the chalky one. It's the boring one. It's the one no one's going to like, but France to win the World Cup is still playable at plus 380. I know it's not a sexy line. It's not fun like Netherlands at plus 2,000, but it took one match day for me to go, yeah, no, France has this in the bag. Olise, terrifying. Mbappe, terrifying. Dembele, I could just say all 11 players at this point, but this team is so good. I expect them to win it all when it's said and done.
I love it.
You like those ones, Jimmy?
Yeah, they're great. The value, though, on the U.S. getting to the quarterfinals at plus 550 before the tournament, remarkable. Now down to 130. But, yeah, the path, at the moment, the path looks manageable. I'm going to put air quotes around that, manageable. So, yeah, I like that bet a lot. Thanks for having our back, Buckets. We appreciate it.
Lovely stuff,
Always,
Buckets.
Jimmy.
Great to see you. Thank you.
Great to see you guys. Thank you so much.
OK, then, everyone, those are all your bets for this upcoming World Cup fixtures today. We've got 4 games, but we are going to take a quick break here on Morning Footy. We've got much more coming up on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, with the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now.
Paramount Plus has has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric.
Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everybody, and happy Father's Day. We're going to be taking a look at some nice father-son moments so far in this World Cup. So, in this video, the son thought his dad was going to the World Cup alone until he found out he also had a ticket too. Oh. His dad told him, "You're coming with me."
I don't want to cry on the show.
Oh, that's so sweet, isn't it?
Absolute chills.
That's beautiful.
Lovely. Talking of lovely father-son moments, everybody, in the USA's 2-0 win over Australia, Alex Freeman scored his first ever World Cup goal for the US, and he celebrated a full-circle family moment because on the same day 30 years ago, his dad had a great game in the NFL, catching 7 passes, scoring 2 touchdowns in the same city of Seattle. So Freeman's goal was scored at Lumen Field, which opened in 2002. Prior to that, it was the same ground where his dad got those 2 touchdowns.
Same day?
Same day, 30 years ago.
We live in a simulation. It's confirmed.
Yeah, crazy. And here's what Alex had to say on this special family moment after the game.
I think for me that kind of gets a full circle family moment. I think for me it just shows how great the family tree is, and I think that just shows how, you know, he can be great, but I can be great in my own way as well. And I think that just shows, you know, how amazing it is to have a dad who's successful and that can mentor me to be able to be ready for moments like these.
Same day, same city.
That's incredible.
Incredible story, isn't it?
It's also amazing to see that, you know, he could have dealt with that a lot differently, being a professional athlete, and that pressure could have been almost suffocating. But then he's overcoming all of these things and scoring a goal in a World Cup the same day his dad had
I've actually just been told it's not the same day.
Oh.
No.
Well, still. Okay, not the same day.
But never mind, it's not a simulation.
I read it. We're real. It's almost 30 years. My bad.
Okay,
I was
almost
trying to
30
really
years.
make it really special.
You really
Doesn't matter.
sold
It's
it.
just the same day.
It's still pretty incredible, a father and son duo doing that.
Yeah, high-level athletes. Yeah, the genetics are working for Alex Freeman. So, yeah, he's been fantastic throughout the tournament, and his evolution over the last 12 months has been nothing short of amazing. Not only he's Young Player of the Year in MLS, then makes the move to Villarreal, and now is starring for us in a World Cup. He's only 21. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Talking about father-son duos, Nico Cantor is on the road. He's been able to catch up with his dad as well because he's doing his coast-to-coast journey. He's currently on day 11 of 41 in his RV trip, travelling coast to coast. And here's what he had to say. He sent us a quick video, everybody, so let's take a quick listen.
Hey guys, it's a little bit late as we are making our way over to Dallas, Texas, so I'm going to catch up on my sleep. Unable to get up for morning footy, so I'm sending this message of love to you all, especially to all the dads out there, because it is already Father's Day. We know how much dads around the world sacrifice for us, especially when it comes to soccer dads that have made us understand just a little bit more that love and passion for the game. And I'd be remiss not to send a message to my dad. Papi, te amo, feliz dia del padre. And I just want to make a note of everything that he's done for our family's legacy to get us where we needed to be. You are incredible. You are the #1, the king of soccer broadcast in this country. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you did it, but you deserve all the flowers that go your way. I am eternally grateful for all the sacrifice, all the passion, all the dedication that you have given this sport in this country. And I might see him tomorrow for the Argentina Banderazo. That is the rally with the fans. That is tomorrow. And now, come to think of it, I just really want it to be tomorrow. So I'm going to go to bed. All right, guys? And I'll see you tomorrow, because tomorrow will be a huge, huge day for the Cantors and for all Argentines. If you guys want to see where we're going to bed, these are our bunks. This is mine. Okay. And I am going to go to sleep. So, thank you guys. That is it for me. Banderazo in Dallas mañana. Ciao. Mind turning off the lights, please, on your way out? Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I would hate that.
I wanted to say such a nice thing off of that, but does he go to bed with stuffed animals? Did you see that?
I saw them. And they were all set up next to each other, real cute.
I had such a heartfelt message for that.
Yeah, I did. When he was talking about his dad, I was going to come in saying, I'm just cancel the goat, and then he done that, going into a little tiny
Looks
bed.
like fun.
The poor guy underneath him as well wanted to get to sleep. But everybody, it is Father's Day. We've also got some love to give to our family at the Golazo Network. Carol Jimenez welcomed his second daughter along with his wife. So congratulations.
Luna, beautiful name.
Luna.
Yeah, lovely name. His first Father's Day. So congratulations. Sending love to our Golazo Network family. OK, everybody, I think it's time to take a quick break here on Morning Footy. Do stay with us, everybody. We've got much more coming up on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, with the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now.
Open your eyes. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everyone. So we're 11 days into the World Cup and we've already seen 3 countries get eliminated. Turkey, Tunisia and Haiti. Haiti's second ever World Cup. They're now out of the competition. But for the first time at the World Cup, FIFA is using head-to-head records instead of a group goal difference as the primary tiebreaker for teams tied on points. What do we think about this change, guys?
Yeah, I'm a fan. I think that should be the #1 tiebreaker. When you face each other, who was the better team in that moment? Not, hey, you dunked on somebody and scored 8 goals, and that ends up being the decider. I like that the head-to-head is first. I think goal difference comes into play, but it shouldn't be the #1.
You know what's weird? World Cup qualifying, it's not like that. It's actually goal difference to see who's first. Head-to-head is way better. In Italy and Serie A, they switched it to head-to-head. So, like, if you're tied for a Champions League spot, I know in the Premier League it's still on goal difference. I agree with Jimmy. It's did you beat your opponent? That decides who is better, not just scoring so many extra goals. The only argument to it, because I was surprised that people didn't like it, is that the last game doesn't mean as much.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to sacrifice that.
Same.
Darian?
I third that.
Yeah, because look, we're seeing the likes of Germany in their next match. They may rest so many players because for them they've already topped the group, haven't they? So, you think it makes a difference there?
Well, same with the U.S., right? We have that issue too.
Yeah.
But for me, that's the benefit of playing well in your first 2 games. Now you have the luxury of, hey, we won our group. Now we can rest players that are maybe a little bit hurt. We can rest players that are on yellow cards, and we don't want them suspended for the round of 32. That's a good problem to have, and if everybody doesn't like it, then they should win the first 2 games of their group.
Right, and alongside giving guys minutes that didn't maybe feature in the first 2 matches, where you can try to get minutes under their legs, get them up to the tempo of the game, even if it is a game where it's a consolation game, whatever it's going to be, you're still playing in the World Cup. It's still an immense honor to be playing in the World Cup. So I'm for it.
We're still all going to watch.
Yeah, we're still.
Doesn't
We
matter.
are seeing more countries now in the World Cup, aren't we?
Yeah.
So the lower ranked teams, I mean, there's countries that will put up 5-6 goals. And that really won't make a difference now, will it?
Yeah.
So, okay, there you go. That's our conversation.
Correct. It's true. It's the truth.
It's good conversation. All right, then, everyone, we're 11 days into the World Cup. We've still got so much coming up here on the Golazo Network, so do stay tuned, everybody, and we'll see you after this break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
A crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Good morning and happy Sunday, everyone. Day 11 of the World Cup is here. 3 nations have already booked their spot in the next round and 3 have been eliminated, and there's still a packed day of football ahead. So with that, everyone, welcome into Morning Footy, 48 Nations. I'm your host, Hannah Cash, alongside Darren Jenkins, Jimmy Conrad and Marco Messina. Also, everyone, happy Father's Day.
Jimmy, happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
You're sacrificing time with the kids to be here with us?
I am, but World Cup, got a World Cup, you know what I mean?
I respect that.
Yeah, I know Jeremy Doku's getting some other type of...
going there already.
Yeah. I'm just saying, we're thinking of fathers. No. I think the birth of his child, he should go and be a part of that.
Were we the
Special
first,
experience.
Were we the first to wish you a Father's Day?
Yes, my kids are still sleeping. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, the ones I know about. I don't know. Too soon for that?
Wow.
I love this from Jimmy.
There we go. Jimmy starting the show off on a heater.
Good morning, America.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. Marco, you do anything fun for Father's Day?
Actually, after this show,